Hey guys, Brad from Drathrorol Games here, and once again, I'm here with Jason and Jackie, and we're doing another round of debates, another batch of debates, and today, for this video, we will be debating which is better, Dueling Book or EDOPro. I didn't just wake up, so anyway. Alright, so Jason and I are taking this one. Uh, and we don't know what side we're on just yet. So, uh, Jason, uh, actually, hold on. Let me roll these dice. Um,
Take a chance and roll the dice.
all
You risk it
right.
all as life. You hold on tight to what you know.
Okay, so, all right, I got the higher roll. So, I guess I'll pick Edo Pro. So,
All right. So I will argue why Dueling Book is the superior online
okay,
family Yu-Gi-Oh.
all right, now let's roll to see who gets to decide who's going first. Um,
Decisions are being made, I'd like to just give you a quick reminder of the format for how we do these debates. As always, we will be having our two contestants facing off in the field in a duel of debates. Each contestant will be given a turn in order to be able to set up a board, as it will, and argue their way to a glorious dueling victory. We start with our draw phase. This will be 1 minute to set up your opening argument to really get the board all ready and so everyone knows what's going on. Then you will have a minute and a half to elaborate on your points and attempt to destroy, decimate, and obliterate your opponent's board using facts and logic. Finally, there will be a 1 minute wrap up period to get any final thoughts that you've been missing and to really hammer home and close your argument down. Our two contestants today, as we've just discussed, will be arguing which is the superior dueling platform when you can't duel with people in person, which, fun fact, does have the immunity to coronavirus, so it's got that going for it. I hope that bit ages poorly.
I'm going to argue in favor of Skype dueling and Discord dueling.
Oh yeah. I feel like that worked out really well and was not shut down at all.
oh
I
yeah.
mean, all you got to do is not moderate the server. Don't set the Discord settings right.
yeah. But anyway, so uh I got the higher roll again. So I will
Sure
go
you did.
second. I'll let you have first go, Jason. So
Okay. Oh,
Jackie, do you have a
you
timer
got
ready or do I need to?
The timer is ready. Let me know when everyone is ready for your 1 minute opening statements.
Okay. And then the middle one is a minute 30 and then the closing is a minute again.
One more
So,
minute.
yeah. So, anyway. All right. Jason,
Whenever you're
since you're
ready,
going
Jason,
first,
play
let
your
him know when
last
you're ready.
pathetic card.
all
All
right.
right.
I'm
Wouldn't it
ready
be his
whenever you are.
first pathetic card?
It's a very small deck. It's speed duels.
All right.
All right. Beginning. 5, 4.
So I'm going to be arguing here why Dueling Book is the superior format. Some of the points I'm going to go over is going to be how Dueling Book has a overall better play system. The mechanics of Dueling Book are better, and it involves a lot. It promotes more competitive gaming. It also has a much more powerful engine that allows you to accomplish a whole lot more. Now that they have added in, of course, the function for convulsion of nature, and then and overall, just how you're able to duel in Dueling Book is a better simulacrum of dueling in person with one another. I'm going to argue how this is an improvement, how having the cards set up that way makes things a little bit better, and also, of course, how the ranked battles and everything structured better on Dueling Book. And from there, I'm going to just show that, yeah, if you're dueling online, Dueling Book is definitely the way to go if you're in any type of competitive mindset.
And that is your time. Excellent, excellent opener. All right, Brad. Now it is your turn. Attempt to get in on this powerful board. And 5, 4.
Okay, so like the reason why automation is better, the reason why EDOPro is better, is you don't have to sit there waiting an hour for a judge. Everything is taken care of for you. There's no ruling discrepancies. You don't have to get into an argument with your opponent. Hell, you don't even have to interact with your opponent. Who wants to actually interact with another person? I mean, that's just no way, man. And so since you don't have to wait an hour for every single judge call, you can get duels done a lot quicker. The more duels you get in, the more practice you get in. The more practice you get in, the the better off you'll be. Yeah, you should definitely, play in real life a little bit, just to make sure that, everything translates well, but
All
I'm out
right,
of
and
time.
we are out of time. All right, excellent. So
Good points. Good
we
points.
have, on one hand, a more well-fostered community, a system that promotes competitive play, versus an automated system that allows you to say, fuck the other guy. I have to say, I'm excited to see where this goes next. Now, we will be having a 90-second round to really hammer home the amount of, really hammer home the points that were brought up in this opening turn. And your time starts in 5, 4.
So the first thing I'm going to really argue about is about how just the dueling book engine is just superior overall in terms of it's essentially just a card game simulator. It doesn't have the functions of the cards built into it. All you have to do is the actual actions that one would do with a deck. Actually, even makes the engine very versatile, I think, because you can just very easily tweak those settings in other card games. But because you aren't locked into the engine controlling what the cards do, it does allow for cards to be added in easier. The idea of custom cards, as well as the rulings aren't dictated right away. There are several rulings that actually evolve and change over time, and Dueling Book allows that to go in there. I also really enjoy how, because there is a little bit more interaction, again, it's essentially just playing with cards but digitally. If you you could have arcade cabinets set up with people actually sitting across from each other if you wanted to. And when you talk about practicing with EDOPro, because you can play more duels, but the game plays for you. So, do you want to activate the effect of Burning Abyss Scarm in Graveyard? Yes. You'll never forget to use Scarm. You'll never forget to use Ruffian Railcar. You'll never forget to do this, that, and the other, because the game basically plays itself for you. You just have to know when to click the card. Whereas Dueling Book, again, just it's more towards it's like playing the game for real, but over a computer. It's just basically what makes it better overall.
All right, and that is your time. Excellent points. A closer simulation to real life. And if we can simulate cards in real life, how do we know that we're not always already living in a simulation? Crazy stuff. I
Well,
was definitely paying attention. All
the
right,
odds of us
Brad.
living in a simulation, of course, are near 100%.
All right, Brad. It is now your turn. It is time to see how well EDOPro stacks up against Dueling Book's realistic gameplay. We'll begin in 5, 4.
All right, so sure, dueling book. Almost said dueling network. Sure, dueling book is better for simulating real life games. However, Edo Pro is better for learning how the cards work. If you want to figure out how a deck works, you're not just thrown in to, just you don't have to like be thrown into the middle of an ocean without without any kind of life vest in order to figure out how to swim. You just, you know, it helps you figure out how the deck works. Additionally, there's also you can test against AI, so that you can cut out the middleman of the opponent altogether. Um, playtest hands without even having an opponent or an AI to play against. You just get your opening hand and just combo off as you would. And on top of that, just customization. So much more customization. You can decide what kind of background you duel in, what kind of background your main menu and your deck is. Music. You get to customize music. I mean, granted, wait, Dueling Book doesn't even have music. What kind of plebs play on Dueling Book? No music.
And that is your time. And that advertisement for EDOPro has been brought to you by Drathrorol Games. Get your EDOPro from wherever their Discord is.
Sign
All
up for our
right.
Patreon.
We don't have a Patreon yet. We're not big enough. No one will support us.
All right. And now it is time for some closing arguments. Let us see how our two mighty duelists fare in this field of intellectual battle. Now they will close out this brutal intellectual slugfest. All right. You will have 60 seconds on the clock. And Jason, your time will begin in 5, 4.
All right, so I think it pretty much just comes down to between Dueling Book and EDOPro is, do you want to simulate dueling with other people, or do you want to play a video? EDOPro is a video game. I can't, other than how some of the things work in terms of how fast they go, EDOPro is just the legacy of the Duelist Link evolution engine. Like, it even uses the same sound effects when you don't customize, of course. Whereas Dueling Book is a game. Again, it's basically just a card simulator. You do everything manually, just like if you're playing in real life. I do think that brings for an overall more pleasant experience, and it doesn't play the game for you. It's a lot better in terms of simulating what you want to do. Again, when we're looking for simulating dueling, especially now when nobody can meet up in person, if a store is hosting a tournament, what are they using? Are they going to be using EDOPro, or are they going to be using Dueling Book? And you can tell the answer is going to be Dueling Book.
All right. Fantastic closing statements. Just truly driving home that even in these dark, dark times, God, I hope this is outdated by the time this video comes up, we can still be brought together and pretend that nothing has gone wrong with the power of Dueling Book. And now we have the closing statements from the man himself, Brad. You have 30 seconds. You have 1 minute on the clock, beginning in 5, 4.
Who wants to type to communicate with their opponent? At that point, you may as well not even be communicating at all. Just typing out what you need to say to each other is just ugh. And on top of that, just saying effect, effect, effect. Do you have a response? Effect, effect. Just it's easier to say it verbally rather than having to wait for people to type it out. Just the typing is absolute hell, and I would not wish Dueling Book the what's the word I'm looking for? The communication on Dueling Book upon my worst enemy. In all honesty, the same for the judge system actually. So, in all honesty, uh, EDOPro is the way to go because it rhymes. Don't
All
know.
right. And
EDOPro is
there
the
we
way to
have it.
go because I don't know.
And there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. Two incredibly interesting, two wildly diverse opinions. One, that the tangibility, the reality of Dueling Book makes it rise to superiority, whereas the other argues that the automation and the ability to simply just go and not have to read because if you play Yu-Gi-Oh, no, you do not know how to read. And on that way, EDOPro brings so much to the table. I ask you, ladies and gentlemen of the audience, to please vote down below. What is superior, EDOPro or Dueling Book? I don't know what either of these two services are, but I'm very interested in trying both of them out.
In all seriousness, they're
Things
both
over.
good for different things. Um, EDOPro is good for figuring out how a deck works, whereas uh, Dueling Book is better for actual practice.
Can I use EDOPro to figure out how my Valkyrie deck works? Play Mystery of the Time Goddess?
Actually, you can.
You can now.
You can
They,
now.
they fixed
The-
that?
yeah, when EDOPro launched, when they replaced WiGoPro, they fixed that. That was like
Yeah, I
one of
was
the
going to
things
say
that they
because
Basically, the
fixed.
entire reason for
the
EDO
Switch,
Pro is
the
Valkyries.
Mystery of the Time Goddess works on the Switch game, so it's like it can't be that complicated to program in its best.
Yeah, but
Though the Switch game also does crash an awful lot. I start to go off with my Infinitrack deck, and I'm like, all right, activate effect of
yeah.
Infinitrack Brutal Dozer.
Oh,
You've encountered
I,
an
I
error in the game is
completely
shut down.
completely left out that EDOPro connects to Discord. But anyway, uh, but yeah. So what do you guys think? Let us know which you prefer down in the comment section below. Let us know who was right, who was wrong, who won the debate.
And
Probably
why
Jason.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links is the best online dueling service.
Actually, the best online dueling service is not using an online dueling service, just playing in person.
Ah,
What
yes,
was
Fightful.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Online? That was the best service. You know, you got that disc. I think it came in like a box of cereal or something. You put Yu-Gi-Oh! Online.
But anyway, we will see you guys again next time. Bye bye.
Bye.